Hello, Glenda Mollett here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today, making another one of the September 2020 In Color Club cards. This one uses Bumblebee and Just Jade. Let me just refresh so I make sure I'm oriented properly while we go through the kit with you. So there's a thick Whisper White card base that's 8.5 by 5.5. Piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Whisper White for the inside. Piece of Bumblebee cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4, and from here you're going to cut out the flower center. A piece of Whisper White that is 5 by 3 3/4, and we're going to emboss that. A piece of Whisper White that's 3.5 by 3.5. And it has adhesive sheet on the back, and that's for the sunflower die cut. A piece that's 2 by 3-ish for the sentiment, and a piece that is 1.5 by 5 to die cut all of these out. And it has adhesive on the back. Now I've already done 4 of them, so I just have one piece left of that. So I've die cut 4 of those already, and apparently you only need 4. Okay, so you need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's a piece of Bumblebee designer paper that is 3.5 by 3.5, and we're going to die cut the sunflower out of that one. And a piece of Just Jade designer paper that's 2.5 by 3, and we're going to cut 4 leaves out, and I've already cut 3 of them, so we just have 1 more to cut. And we're going to use the In Color enamel dots. The embossing folders we're using today, Seabed and Old World paper. Now the Seabed is the background, and the Old World paper I used on the flower center just because. The stitched oval for the sentiment is number 2, counting from the inside. And then we have the sunflower dies. And the sentiment is from the Celebrate Sunflowers. Okay. So first of all, we have to cut out the flower center. I'm going to get my dies out here. And just somewhere in the center of that, just going to cut the center of the sunflower out. Okay, the die cut stayed on there. All right, so I'm going to put that die back, then I don't lose it. Let's get this up here in the corner so you can keep an eye on it while I create. Find the card base, and we'll put this on right away just so that it's out of the way. And it just goes onto the card base like that. Okay, so now we need to get there's 2 pieces of Whisper White. There's 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, I thought I put an X on them, but apparently I didn't. So we want the smaller one. And we're going to emboss that with the Seabed embossing folder. I just love the texture in this embossing folder. And just because it says it's a Seabed doesn't mean you can only use it when you make cards related to the sea. I'll run that through my maxi here and give that cardstock some lovely texture. Look at that. Look at the detail in that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's just going to go right on top of the Bumblebee. There we are. All right, now this needs to be embossed. Well, it doesn't need to be, but I thought it was a little dead just sitting there. So I decided to put it through the old world paper. Now when I did that, I had it facing up so that it was dinted in. So this time I'm going to, oops, I'm going to have the facing down and run it through so that it has, instead of dints, it has things sticking up. There we are. Change it back from embossing to die cutting, and there it is. And now that's going to get, we'll put Winky on it right now while I think about it. And it'll have a chance to dry. And I'm just putting a little bit of Wink Costello on there. Okay, that's done. Now let's get the magnetic platform up here. And we'll get our pieces. I need this. And we're going to die cut that from that. We need this, and we need one more of those leaves. I don't think I can, maybe I can fit it all on here. Hang on, let's just do some trimming. And then I can fit this on here. And then I can get my white piece and die cut that and get it through at the same time. There we go. All right. Now let's ship that through the maxi, except one of those little leaves stuck to the bottom of it. And run it through. And we have that. And we have this. Oh, it didn't cut that plastic very good, so I'm just going to turn it over and put it through again before I try to take it out. It just makes it a little bit easier. I should have done it upside down in the first place, but I didn't. There, that's coming out a little bit easier. There. Collect all those pieces so I can put them in the garbage. Now, this has got holes in the center, so you can push them out if you want, or you can leave them in there. It doesn't matter. It does not affect the card one way or the other. Okay, taking the pieces into the garbage. And we'll... Now, sometimes this is a little difficult to line up, so I look for these ones that are kind of swooping in that direction, and they swoop in that direction. Then it's really easy to line it up. Now I have to get the liner off of here. And it's in two pieces. There it goes. There we are. So now we'll just lay this on top like that. Now this is going to be up on dimensionals, but I don't want to do it around the edges because I want to leave room to slide the leaves in underneath it. So that's going to go on here like that. Okay. So now we have to assemble our leaves, because these all have adhesive on them as well. can hear a power saw out there. So that you just layer that onto there like that. You can tell it's fall when the power saws start up. To me, it's always the sound of fall. People getting their wood piles in for winter. After the wood has sat and dried all summer. Yeah, fall is coming. Oops. The beauty of these adhesive sheets are if you stick it down in the wrong spot, you just pull it back up again. There we are. Didn't take long to assemble those. And this will go in the garbage. And we'll just put a little bit of, oh, I'm going to use this adhesive because then if I don't like where I put them, I can move it. Okay. Now we'll put the sunflower on there. Just put it wherever you want, wherever it looks good to you. You can hang it over the edges a little bit if you want. And then we'll put one leaf there, and we'll just tuck another leaf in. Oh, I think I'll pull this one out a little bit. And tuck this one in a little bit. There we go, that's better. Sometimes they just need a little repositioning. There we are. Now I also put this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to take one big one and cut it in half because then it gives it more stability than having it together. And that's just going to go right in the center of that flower. Right here, like that. Oh, how pretty. Okay, now, sentiment. And in Bumblebee, we're just going to stamp a sentiment, any sentiment. Now, while I have the ink open, I'm going to do the inside piece and the envelope, and I'm going to put a sunflower in there. Oh, here's the inside. There we are, inside and the envelope. That. Close that, put it out of our way. And I have the Bumblebee marker to go around the outside. Go. And put that inside. And that just goes in here, centered in the back panel. I'm stuck to it. Okay, now we'll just get the oval out, and it's the second oval from the center, and I'll just run that through my maxi. And this goes up on dimensionals as well. Alrighty. Then we just have the in color enamel dots to do. Now you can, this one I put on there straight, but I'm going to put this one at an angle because that just shows you that you can. Alright, in color enamel dots, please and thank you. And my pokey tool to put them on. Now remember, with these in color enamel dots, they're really easy to dislodge from their color, so use a pokey tool and get it underneath there so that it takes up the color and everything, because if you dislodge the color, you have to use Tombow to get it back together, or the fine tip glue pen. That works too. And one more up there. There we are. That one's done. That didn't take too long to do. There's the card. Here's the first card. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy making this card. And I do appreciate the fact that you are part of my In Color Club. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.